I'm going to show you how I make Yorkshire puddings. It's a really easy way to do it and they never seem to fail. I've shared this recipe with many people many times and everybody has said they work brilliantly, so I thought I'd record it here and hopefully they'll work really well for you too. What you're going to need is to have your oven on high. So I've set mine at about 210, 220. I'm going to put a muffin tray in the oven with oil in. I always leave these two empty. I put oil in all of these and I heat it up till scorching. You can use any oil you want, just make sure it's not one that goes volatile when it's heated up high. So I think the best ones to use are rapeseed oil, goose fat, clarified butter, duck fat, dripping. I'm not sure about olive oil and sunflower oil, you see. I think you need to investigate that yourselves. I'm using clarified butter because I know that it tastes really lovely with Yorkshire pudding. Sorry about the children all squealing out there. You want about a teaspoon of your chosen oil in each little muffin hole. Pop this in the oven to heat up. Right, you need eggs. I'm going to use 5 eggs today. I'm going to use 5 eggs today. I'm going to crack them into a dish and put them into here. The reason why I do it into a dish first is because I don't want to run the risk of having a bad egg spoil the rest of the eggs. It very rarely happens that you come across a bad egg these days, but you never know. I seem to have got a bit of shell in there, so I'm going to fish it out. If you use a half shell, it's easy to get it out. Otherwise you end up chasing it around. Look at that. That was a lot of shell. Rubbish. Okay, give these a whisk. Sometimes I'll take an egg yolk out. That does mean that your batter will be much lighter and fluffier, but I'm just going to leave it in today. They're light and fluffy enough as it is. Now what I'm going to do is add plain flour until it goes really like a thick batter. I will show you. It's really hard to describe. You just have to kind of get to know it. I know that doesn't sound helpful, but you'll see what I mean. Gets to the stage where it's quite hard to beat. It's more of a thick paste. It gets really hard to beat. It's like a thick, gloopy cake batter, and if you're using a hand whisk, it will make your arms ache. That's the sort of consistency that you're looking for. Now, we're going to add milk. We're going to add milk until it gets to the consistency of double cream. I got this milk from the refill shop. They're selling Chew Valley milk now. So I took an old plastic bottle down and filled it up. £1.30, £1.30 for that. Actually don't know how that compares with the milkman or with the supermarkets. Pretty sure that's dear, but it means less plastic waste. Nearly there.
Right, I've got a fire in there, I've got a fire in the drawing room.
I'm just recording a tutorial.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, nice.
Go away. So now we're at double cream consistency. As soon as your fat in the oven is absolutely scorching, smoking hot, if you've got a hob that you can put it out onto where you can have heat coming up underneath, that is absolutely ideal. I don't have one of those, so I just have to go for it. It's all right when I've got the Arga working, but I don't at the moment. You can put salt and pepper in this if you want to. I sometimes do, sometimes I forget, and I can't really tell the difference if I'm honest. So less salt is probably better, so I'm not going to season these. In fact, my friend who's coming around today has to have just to monitor her salt intake, so I'm not going to add salt to these. Be quick as you can, pouring in. You don't want too much heat to escape. I will let those cook on a really high temperature, about 220, 210, for 20 minutes, and then I'll turn the heat down to 180 because they'll have risen enough by then. And I don't want them to burn, but I do want them to dry out so that they hold their shape. Not even 20 minutes has gone by and they're looking nice and browned already and lovely and risen. So I'm going to turn it down to 180, let them continue to dry out. They're not as big as they often are. I think that could be because A, I didn't take an egg yolk out. B, I used whole milk. C, I should have pulled the tray out, shut the oven door, poured in the batter mix and then put it back in the oven. I lost a lot of heat. I was so busy thinking about what I was recording. Never mind. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cook them until they're completely done and then just bring them out, put them on the side to cool down. I need all the space in my oven today. So I will reheat those for about 10 minutes before I dish up whilst the meat's resting. It's purely a space factor because there's going to be a lot of us here today. So I'm having to cook a lot of food. So these have been in about 20 minutes extra and I'd say they're done. And they've grown all the more, but look, lovely. So I'm just going to pull these out, put them on the side in a different tray and then reheat them when we need them. And that's it, that's all you do.